Let's talk 2021, 2022 NBA MVP. Who's the MVP? Who do you guys think is the MVP? This year is probably one of the hardest and closest MVP races we have seen in probably, like, I don't even know how long. Because it can go to so many different players. You know, you have Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, Devin Booker, who else? Giannis. It's like a four-man's race. And you had other guys, you know, up there kind of battling for positioning, you know, Luka, Ja. I feel like Ja, if he had been healthy for the majority of the games, because he missed, like, I think 21 games, 22 games. So that doesn't help, because his team was really good without him. And they got the second seed. So imagine if he had played almost like 90% of the games. Say he only had missed like 10 games, and they get the second seed. Like, he's up in contention for MVP. You have Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, and Devin Booker. Even though Devin Booker's not talked about a lot, right, in the MVP race, but you can say he's their best player. He's the best player in the best team in the NBA, the Phoenix Suns. There's no love for him for being the MVP. No love at all. To me, personally, I've always thought the MVP should go to either the best player in the top two teams of the NBA. You know, you got to get either the 1 or the 2 seed in whatever conference you're at. In the East, you have the Heat. There's not really a definitive best player. I mean, there's Butler. I guess you could say he's the leader, but he's you know what I mean? They could be fine without him, right? It's not like the Heat fall apart if Butler's not in there. And you had the Celtics finishing second. And there you go. See, you don't have Jason Tatum. You don't hear people talk about Jason Tatum as the MVP, even though him and Brown, it's a dynamic duo, but Jason Tatum is the best player, is the better player. So to me, the criteria for an MVP is you gotta finish. Your team has to finish in the top 2 of your conference that you play in, right? You have to finish in the top 2. You have to be the best player, obviously, on that team. And how valuable, because it says most valuable player. So how valuable are you to your team? Like, how good is your team with you off the floor? Like, say if you miss a game, do they fall apart? Do they suck? If your team is winning without you, you're not that valuable, I guess, right? If your team can't win a game without you, then you're pretty valuable, right? So there's that. That's pretty much it, right? And the numbers obviously have to be good, and that goes hand in hand usually all the time anyway. So people talk about Jokic. The Nuggets are the 6th seed. Yes, I agree. He put up monster numbers, right? But like I said, your team has to. Your team's not winning. You're the 6th seed in the West, and the West's not that good this year. It's not like it's a juggernaut of a conference this year. So, and they got the 6th seed. Yeah, Jamal. They don't have the best player, Jamal Murray, and the 3rd best player, I would say, Michael Porter Jr. But they still got the 6th seed, and you can't give it to him. As good as the numbers they were, that you can't give it to him. They didn't win enough. Obviously, without Jokic, yes, the Nuggets wouldn't be in the playoffs. But if to be the MVP, now imagine if the Jokic imagine if Nikola Jokic puts the Nuggets in the number 1 seed. Then okay, there's no question about it. He's probably the MVP because he's their best player by far, right? Embiid was, he had the 6th. You know, the whole East, all the teams were very close in rankings, right? But they finished the season with the 4th best record in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, his numbers were great. He won the scoring title this year. But so I mean, he's up there, right? Giannis, they got the 3rd seed, so he's up there as well. And he's always putting phenomenal numbers, and he's a defensive player. He can get it done at both ends of the court. Same thing with Joel Embiid. Jokic, he's not that much of a defender, but you know. And then there's Devin Booker. Now, to me, look, if I had a vote, I probably would put with Devin Booker, right? Because he's pretty much putting up Kobe numbers, 25 and 5 and 5. That's how much Kobe would probably average, right? And they have the #1 seed in the West and in the whole NBA. I think they're the #1 team in the NBA record-wise. And it's like by 8 games of the second team, which is, I think it's the Memphis Grizzlies. So they're winning. And by and they're like a mile ahead of the second place team, you know, in the NBA. So to me, my MVP would be Devin Booker. I would give it to him for sure. I know last year people were saying, oh, it could be Chris Paul, because as soon as Chris Paul came, the Suns started winning. And Chris Paul went out and got hurt. But I would have said not give the MVP to Devin Booker if the Phoenix Suns fell apart throughout those games that Chris Paul was missing. But they didn't. They were still at flow. They were winning and winning and winning. So it's not all Chris Paul. It's Devin Booker. He's their most valuable player, I would say. Obviously, Chris Paul, he's a very important player as well. He's probably... So I get it why people don't talk about Devin Booker, because Chris Paul's there and he makes the team better overall in general. But I mean, you just got to give it to the best player in the best team, I feel like. You know? Devin Booker, I think he deserves it. Like I said, imagine if that was Kobe Bryant. 25 points a game. 5 rebounds and 5 assists. That's Kobe numbers right there, right? People would probably give it to him if that was, you know, if that was him. In the race of MVPs, I'd probably have Devin Booker, #1. #2, I'd probably have. I'm telling you, winning matters. Winning matters. I mean, Joel Embiid and Giannis 3 and 4, record-wise in the East. Obviously, Giannis 3, Embiid 4. I'd probably have Joel Embiid as a second runner-up. And then I would probably have... So close. I'm telling you, it's so close. This year's race is so close. Like, you can make an argument for Nikola Jokic being #2. Because his numbers were phenomenal. First player in NBA history to get, I think, 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in a season. No player in the NBA has ever done that. That's phenomenal right there. So you can make that argument, right? That's so close. But to me, me personally, I would probably have, because winning matters. To me, winning matters. Your team is winning. That has a good impact. So it'd be Devin Booker. I'd give a slight edge to Joel Embiid, because without Joel Embiid, the Sixers would be trash. The Bucks without Giannis, they would still be a great team because they have a good overall team. So I would say Booker, Embiid, Giannis, and Jokic, just because of winning matters. And obviously, I don't even know. You know what? You know what's crazy? I should look it up right now. I don't know what the record is between how different of a record is between Bucks and the Nuggets. The Bucks finished 51 and 31, not bad. Oh wow, they finished the same as the Sixers and the Celtics. They all tied. Huh. Okay, so all of them could have been too. Okay, the Nuggets finished 49 and 33. Ah, man, it's so close. It's so close. Like, but you have to put them in order, right? And that's my order, I guess. That's my order. Giannis is just a beast. He's a monster. I would put him over Jokic. But I can see Jokic being #2. But for sure, Devin Booker should be the MVP. That's my opinion. You know, do whatever you want with that opinion, right? Go ahead and kick rocks without socks. But yeah, that's my MVP. I got Devin Booker. He should be the MVP of the season. It could be him. I hear rumors that Nikola Jokic might win it, or Joel Embiid. Giannis made a strong push late in the season. I don't know. we'll see what happens. I think Devin Booker should win, but like I said, this year it's been a very close, tight race for the MVP. It's gonna be fun to see who the winner is. That does it for today's video on that. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment down below, see what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.